Et je suis rejointe par un Magnum que vous connaissiez l'année dernière sous les couleurs de Quelles et qui a rejoint BBL cette année sur le rôle de sentinelle. Hi Martin, bonjour.
Hello.
I'm very glad to see you back in Berlin in VCT where you deserve to be. So I'm very glad that you got the opportunity of playing with BBL. And the first question I'm going to ask you is about your off-season and you leaving KC. I know how dedicated and attached you were to the club. So I wanted to know how it went for you, having to find another team, going in the off-season and stuff, and will you still cheer for KC somehow?
Yeah, so for me it was very difficult because I didn't get any trials on IGL, so I was very disappointed, as well the bench was very long period because I was trialing for weeks with KC. Each time I got bench, it gave me a lot, and right now, playing in this team, I'm just enjoying it. I'm glad for this chance, even though Chihuahua is a very good friend of mine, so I feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's life, so it's good chance for me. I feel right now the most confident in myself I've ever felt, and it's way easier to be player than IGL. But in terms of KC, I have good friends there. We still talk, I still respect them a lot. Obviously, sometimes I make jokes, but they make as well jokes.
Yeah.
But KC will always have place in my heart. I think it's the best org I've been to. Yeah, I think it's very hard to beat.
Yeah, beautiful words from you, Magnum, and the fans will always be behind you also, I can guarantee you this. And talking about the off-season, that's been kind of rough. I wanted to know, which lesson did you take from it? Which mistake will you not do in the future? What's the tip to going through roster mania like that?
I think for me, it's giving other players more chances, because I was this person that if someone burned the bridges with me, I would never seek I didn't care, So I learned that people can change, and they can change to better way, and vice versa. They can change to fully different, in bad way. But for me, it's it will sound bad, but just don't have any expectations, because
Okay.
It's sad that we are in tier 1, but friendships, it's still happening, and
it's still it makes the scene rotten somehow, you think?
In my opinion, there is so many roster moves which would not happen if people actually cared about performing and not having friends.
Okay, and I think that's an issue that should be sorted, but it's something that exists in pretty much every area. But when it comes to competition, I can understand how frustrating that can be indeed. And you were mentioning Shiwa, so I'm gonna talk about it too. There was visa and administrative issues that brought you to the team, so you took the spot. So how was this for you? Getting back on stage with another team, not on the IGL duty anymore, and in that a bit special situation. Did you have that imposter syndrome, or did the team make you feel comfortable since the beginning?
So in terms of that, I was comfortable in Sta. I was playing with them 1 week, then 2 weeks I watched them because Chihuahua had very high chances to get it in the time, and then 1 week practice, so I played 1 month with them, and as well I was supposed to play instead of VAC, but we just didn't meet on contract things, I could not terminate my contract with KC and risk for 1 month, in middle of season, you cannot do anything with it. They share some vision as me, especially coaches, and Elias. In terms of personalities, it was a bit difficult for me at beginning, but then once I arrived in Berlin, it was so easy,
Seeing people in person is always easier, right?
And we connected, and I feel as a full member of the team, or how to say it in English, just as a fifth.
Yeah, you're part of the team completely, right?
Exactly.
So it wasn't an issue for you?
No, okay. It was fine. We all met at one moment of our careers with each other, as well. I trialed with BBL during off-season for IGL spot, so I met the players.
Okay, so you already knew them so it was a bit familiar, okay. And now let's talk a bit about the other teams, gossiping a little bit. So I wanted to know who disappointed you a little bit so far in the tournament, and in even kickoff and split one, who were you expecting to be a little bit higher?
To be honest, I don't think there is a team which disappointed me. I'm making fun out of KC, but they don't I still think they were a bit unlucky.
Yeah, with the teams they had to play against, I think, yeah.
As well, the way they lose. To be full honest with myself, second map Parle, I think we could have lost. We won so many half buys, but at the same time, it's each time has weakness, and KC is known for this. When I was there, we were known for losing anti-ecos, and I think there is some problem with Zish and Ang approach to this. Everyone's saying there's bad or stuff, but it's not true.
You can have weaknesses without being, a bad coach or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they will figure out. For me, it's not this year, but I think Koi. Like, honestly, I don't understand what's going on in Koi because it's year after year. Like, they have good players, but I just don't understand how can this work together, like these players. I think
there is no chemistry, synergy on the server, and it's, also from the perspective of a caster, it's sometimes hard to cast what they're doing against you, you guys win so many clutches and so many, sorry to say, but bullshit rounds that you shouldn't be winning, and sometimes it's like year after year with different rosters, what's going on?
I honestly, I think maybe it's a problem of org, how they approach the trials.
Who knows?
And actually speaking now about it, I think Nave and Giants, honestly, I expected way more from both. And I think these three, Apex, I had no expectations. They actually surprised me.
True.
Footballist, I had high expectations and they met them. I think Zeus is the best duelist.
I agree. Zeus is insane. And that was the next question I was going to ask you. On the other hand, who's doing better than what you expected? Or who's matching your expectations the most?
Yeah. For me, footballist matching the most. I think a trial with Zeus, in KC, because there was chance of Martin going smokes and Zeus duelist. He's incredible. Honestly, he's just incredible. I think he's we have these exceptional players in Europe, and there are, I think, two which I can say, and it's Wood and him.
Yeah.
And they're both Turkish.
Both Turkish, right?
It's funny. Then Apex, I think Florescent, it's incredible.
Yeah, she went beyond every expectations everyone had, right? Even me, following the Game Changer since the beginning, I was still expecting, kind of more of a mid performance from her. I knew she wasn't going to do bad, but I wasn't expecting her to be carrying Apex over each official.
Yeah, exactly. It's truly incredible. I think Liquid, in my opinion, you don't change player after such a short time. After qualifying to
Masters, right? Well, there is 2 slots only, and everyone was surprised, right?
I think every player has issues, and I'm pretty sure, I know what comic issues are, and everyone knew it about trials. And if you take him in the team, you cannot just kick him after this, because you knew it's something is gonna be. And in my opinion, I didn't play with comic in team, but I tried with him, and I heard everyone has this. Someone says something about me, someone says something, and it's usually true. In my opinion, they should try to solve it.
Yeah, instead of giving up and just going with the solution of facility, which is taking another player, right?
And as well, no hate to Serial, but for me, kicking Kamik, which was one of your best players, and bringing a player which has clearly, he said it in an interview, no experience in terms of bootcamp, no experience on playing on stage, even though they beat us. I don't know, they disappointed.
On paper, it's a downgrade, and I agree with you. So we'll see what it does on the long term. But indeed, questionable decisions. And about the game, I wanted to know what you enjoy the most about it currently. It can be about the meta, it can be about the competitive scene and stuff. And on the other hand, what makes the game unplayable or annoying to you recently?
Yeah. So for me, back in the days, it was very annoying to play against slow teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think it became meta. And it's so
with Vice, right?
Yeah, but I enjoy it a lot. For me, just playing slow, chilling, being able to freeze, hold angles. So I enjoy this as well. I enjoy that everyone in teams is not playing, I don't know, crazy comps, now you see comps and you are okay, this makes sense, okay. Or this can work.
And you know where this team is going with the comp, you know that if you see a KO instead of a fade, or what this team is trying to do, which areas of the map they're trying to work on, because at some point, last season, it was really hard to understand what teams were doing,
As well, I think teams are, have more balls, if they play the comp, and it doesn't work, they are capable of swapping to something what might work. And I like this, honestly. I just like when...
being flexible,
yes,
right?
Yeah, and they understand the strengths of the comps, they use it. So I think this year is way better in terms of than last year, because last year was rush A.
A bit random sometimes, yeah. And what's a thing that annoys you about the game recently, or now?
Everything not related to team. Everything. I enjoy playing scrims and stuff, but ranked deathmatches, tier 2, it's in very bad state, and I think Riot needs to do something. Tier 2 is bit stable more, but it's still not the best.
Yeah, still not the best, right? But I think it's important, you know, for people like in the environment, also players in challengers and lower levels, to hear it from a player in tier 1, you know, because you guys have everything, you know, you have the nice stage, living in Berlin, everyone is focused on having good production and stuff. And I think it's important, you know, to hear from the privileged one that, you know, they know that some stuff is going on.
Yeah, because I try like for a lot of tier 2 teams, but the conditions are just bad. And as well, like what I said on start, like in tier 2 you can be exceptional players, but if you don't have friendships, like it's very bad. It's hard to get into teams, and it's just sad to see, but hopefully Riot will do something with it. And ranked, like I think ranked,
oh, don't talk to me about it.
I have like level 900 in game just playing ranked, because I don't play that matches as much. I play like range, so it doesn't give you XP, so I just grind ranked. And I swear to God, the ranked, like you have so many cheaters, you have so many account buyers, like players which you shouldn't get match ever with, you know, like.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Man, the week when Reina was disabled was the best period of my life. Was it the same for you?
Yeah, for me the same. Like people actually play normal comms, and now
and useful agents, you know.
Yeah, can you play smokes? No, I never played it. Peaks Reina, you know, and I'm like, you are radiant, never played smokes, like.
And at least they had to lock clove, you know, which is shit too currently, but at least they were trying a little bit. So yeah, let's hope everything gets fixed. I have to ask you one last thing. I broke my foot last week. Can you sign my boot so I have an autograph?
I feel bad.
Because I was at Challengers yesterday. Yes, I was at Challengers Day, you know, yesterday, so he signed it. So maybe you can sign like here or something. Thank you very much. Now I can sell this, you know, to a very expensive friend. I'm kidding. Thank you very much, bro.